Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Murdoch DeFi YouTube channel. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Kami Protocol. This is another ASP or auto staking protocol. Uh, or if you are not familiar with that, then this is a protocol that rebases essentially every 30 minutes or 48 times per day. They are currently going to be offering a 153,617.49% fixed automatic staking APY. This is a protocol where all you have to do is simply hold these tokens in your wallet. It's automatically going to rebase. And the way that they get to those, like such a high fixed APY, is essentially through compounding, right? So as you start to earn these multiple rebases 40 times or 48 per times per day, it's just kind of like the effect of compound interest. And that's why we're talking about APY here and not APR. So that is what we're going to be talking about today. This is a protocol that is set to have their pre-sale tomorrow, April 25th at 11 a.m. EST. The pre-sale price is $1. Launch price, or public launch price, is $4. They have 600 whitelist spots available. I believe I think they have like around 100, maybe a little bit less by now, but somewhere in the ballpark of 100 whitelist spots still available. So you're definitely going to want to check out their Discord, right? Because that's a huge price difference from pre-sale price to launch price, right? We're talking about a $3 difference. Pre-sale is getting it at $1, and public launch is getting it at $4 right at launch. So the potential to make a whole shit ton of money is definitely pretty high with these. And when we talk about, so essentially, like we're talking about like TITANO forks, Seifu forks, Sphere Finance forks, stuff like that, right? And when we talk about these types of protocol, the way they essentially work, right, is they have an elastic supply, which means that in order for them to be able to pay this out sustainably, in my opinion, they have to find a different way to generate revenue or money for their investors, right? For the protocol. Otherwise, you get to a point where you can't burn enough tokens, or you can't burn tokens faster than they're getting paid out in terms of rebases, right? So essentially, the protocol is just printing new tokens, and of course, that is going to affect the overall price of the token, right? Based on inflation. So I mean, that's one thing, but the chances to make money in the short term on these protocols is very high. Typically, what I'm looking for when we're talking about how I'm jumping into these auto stakers is once that, like, just looking at the charts, and once it breaks that initial support, is typically when I start to take profits. But I mean, like I said, if you get into these protocols early, you're one of the first couple people in them, or you get into the pre-sale and you just manage your risk accordingly. I think that that you can still do pretty well on these. Obviously, if the team has a lot of things in place in their roadmap, how they're going to generate revenue for the protocol, like those, of course, these types of things factor into it. But that being said, that is typically how I go about playing these types of protocols, right? And it's been working out extremely well for me. I've made a bunch of money doing so. And yeah, I just want to share with you guys, since this is one that is not launched yet and is going to be launching, well, their pre-sales tomorrow, right? But yeah, before we jump into their white papers and kind of discuss everything that is involved with this protocol outside of what we already discussed, please do make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel here. If you are new, then definitely consider also, well, really, you should hit the notification bell as well, because that is the one-way ticket to make sure that you're essentially updated or notified as soon as I release new content. And just like in today's video, the majority, if not all of the content that I post is very time sensitive, meaning the sooner that you can, get notified, the better in terms of opportunities like today's video that you could potentially take advantage of. Also, there's going to be the first link in the description to the premium Discord server. That's where you can find the laundry list of benefits that you could take advantage of when signing up. If you want to check that out, like I said, first link down below in the description. Also, before we get into it, I do like to preface these videos with the fact that this is not financial advice, right? I'm not a financial advisor. And like I say in every other video, I don't say this just for the legality of it. It's just really poor investment strategy to watch a YouTube video and just go blindly ape into any protocol, right? Without you understanding how these work, without you spending any time within these communities, asking their team questions, the hard questions if you need to. But yeah, so I mean it's just always the best strategy, in my opinion, to go out and make sure that you understand exactly how these protocols work. You personally read through all the documentation, and not only that, but like as you start to do this more often, you'll start to craft like your own strategy and like things that you personally look out for, things that are like red flags for you, right? Everybody's risk tolerance is different. I think it's important for you to understand what yours is, and the way that you do that is by doing what I just said and making sure that you start doing your own research. And then, like I said, you can start to develop your own strategy moving forward. So, jumping into Kami, we're looking at 153,617.49 fixed percent or fixed automatic staking APY. They have their Zen liquidity system. So the Kami protocol is transforming DeFi and granting peace to all holders by delivering our innovative Zen liquid system, an auto staking protocol that allows holders to generate dividends every 30 minutes at a high fixed APY, growing one's portfolio exponentially. Compounds 48 times per day every 30 minutes. So tokenomics, they claim, are built for efficiency. So Kami's trading fees, meaning what their buy and sell taxes are an important component of the Zen liquidity system, or the ZLS. They provide capital for performing critical functions for the protocol. So the buy-sell trading fees directly fund the Zen liquidity wallet. The ZLW sustains the liquidity of the protocol as well as funds the treasury in order to maintain long-term health of the Kami protocol, right? So when we talk about their actual buy and sell taxes, you're looking at a total buy and sell tax here of 15% on buys, 18% on sales, respectively. So 5% of all transactions are added to their liquidity wallet to support the protocol. And then between 3 and 8% of each transaction goes to fund their actual treasury. 5% goes to transactions go to sustain the protocol's liquidity. And then that's how they get these numbers here, right? So really the only variable is how much of the buy-sell tax is going to treasury. So that is their website. Jumping over into their docs here, it says that the Kami team is made up of innovators focused on innovation that creates benefits and value for Kami token holders. One thing I haven't mentioned yet is this is a protocol who has been working with Highpoint. If you guys have watched any of my videos as regards to Highpoint, I've been trying to make like weekly videos on Highpoint. And what they're doing is essentially like, I know that they've been holding some AMAs with different protocols and stuff like that, and Kami is one of these protocols, right? So it's definitely cool to see there. So the Kami team is made up of innovators focused on innovation that creates benefits and value for Kami token holders. Their Zen liquidity system provides the following benefits. So safe and easy, we provide auto staking right into your wallet, like I discussed in the beginning of the video. A lot of you should already understand how these types of protocols work if you've watched any of my videos about them in the past. Again, if you are, maybe this is your first time hearing about an auto staking protocol, but this is very important to understand. So the fixed APY, what it says here is APYs that fluctuate means that you can never tell how many tokens that you are receiving. Other DeFi protocols pay out a high APY and can fluctuate by 90% in a day. Our protocol pays Kami holders a fixed interest rate of just over 2% daily, with our compounding 153,617% annually, right? So you get these fast rebase rewards also. So every 30 minutes, 48 times per day, making it the fastest auto staking protocol in crypto. The Zen liquidity system uses a complex system or set of factors to support its price and the rebase rewards. It also uses game theory and human nature to determine the most likely habits of those who buy the token. Our development team has coordinated all of these elements so that they work seamlessly behind the scenes. The result is a simple and elegant staking and reward system for all Kami holders. Now, jumping over to their roadmap here, and they claim that it's ever evolving based on market changes, which I completely agree with. Within crypto and DeFi, like obviously we know things change so rapidly, so the ability to be flexible and kind of not be dialed in or locked into one specific area of crypto or DeFi, then I think that that's probably the smartest idea. But phase one, they're looking at their Discord launch. A lot of this stuff is already done, right? Whitelist presale on Pink Sale opens to the public if the hard cap is not reached. Again, that is something that takes place tomorrow, April 25th at 11 a.m. EST. So you're definitely going to want to jump into their community to be able to look on or be on the lookout for how to get whitelisted there. Public launch on Trader Joe. They're going to be doing pre-launch marketing, listing on CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, DApp Radar. And they're also open to suggestions from the community where else they should be listed. Some post-launch marketing, alpha groups, YouTube reviews, crypto platform marketing, content creator payroll system. So YouTubers to be retained on a, this is very interesting. YouTubers to be retained on a weekly basis in order to keep hype and momentum alive for the project. That's pretty interesting. Phase two, creation of future launch of Kami Dex. And there's like a 95% chance that I'm butchering the name of this protocol and saying it wrong. If that is the case, I do apologize. But let's move on. A cross-chain DEX which utilizes the Kami token in in order to combat late-stage hyperinflation of the Kami token, right? So this is what TITANO is doing. This is what they just did with their V2. So they're already implementing that. They already have that on their roadmap to combat some of the hyperinflation that we've seen, later on down the line in a lot of these, types of projects, right? So Treasury used to fund developments of Kami Dex, and as well as further marketing and partnerships to attain listings of other tokens and Kami Dex itself. Continued content creator payroll system support, growing partnerships and collaborations of projects to be listed on Kami's Dex, and more to come soon. So that is a brief walkthrough of their roadmap. They have a little bit more information on their DEX here, which is very interesting to me. So the first cross-chain rebasing protocol, decentralized exchange on Avalanche. If I didn't already say that, this is a protocol on AVAX, right? Utility, the plan for Kami protocol is to launch a cross-chain decentralized exchange using the Kami token to fight hyperinflation aspect of the rebase token. It is only a matter of time before rebases start hyper-rebasing and damages the entire protocol simply by paying out the top wallets' rebases. And this is exactly what I, mentioned in the beginning of this video. This is something that we're seeing a lot as these protocols start to not only grow in size, but extend the length of time that they've been around for, right? It'll only be a matter of time before the rebases start hyper-rebasing. Okay. Usually to combat this, other protocols have either blacklisted the wallet or prevent everyone from selling, which is bad, right? Therefore, we are developing the Kami Dex in order to combat this inflation by burning the Kami tokens on every transaction upon swapping or bridging to another chain in using Kami. So Kami gets burned upon each transaction, gets taken out of circulation. Therefore, this is a deflationary mechanic and should potentially raise the price value. fast and cheap transaction as it is based on AVAX's mainnet. Great marketing and partnerships with listed tokens spread the Kami brand. A simple explanation to this uh, would be wanting to bridge your assets from AVAX onto Phantom. To do this, Kamidex would require you to swap your crypto assets with the Kami token in order to bridge it to the network that you would like, right? So if I could compare this to something that's already out there, besides like TITANO, right? You could think of this like kind of like Elk Finance, if you guys are familiar with that bridge, where you purchase the Elk tokens, and that is the token that you're using to bridge over. So that's essentially what they would be doing here with Comidex. This allows us to have liquidity that is not locked forever in Trader Joe, as well as being able to have a liquidity pool from other protocols that wish to be listed on their decks. So very, very interesting. Overall, I like what Kami is doing. Obviously, here's some other information as it pertains to the actual token, how auto rebasing works, what is a rebase token, all these FAQs, right? So if you don't know any of this information, please definitely go read through this. Here's another breakdown of their buy sell fees. So we're looking at 13% on buys again, 18% on selling. Obviously, you guys are going to have to adjust your slippage to account for those trading fees. And then here is the pre-sale information like we discussed in the beginning of the video as well. That being said, guys, that is going to wrap up today's video. Hope you got any value out of this, or I hope that you got value out of this video. If you did, if you could please drop a like on the video, I'd greatly appreciate that. And we will catch you on the next one.